فيقول الله تعالى: يا ملائكتي هذا عبد من عبادي أكثر الصلاة على حبيبي محمد، فوعزتي وجلالي ووجودي ومجدي وارتفاعي لأعطينه بكل حرف صلى قصرا في الجنة، وليأتيني يوم القيامة تحت لواء الحمد نور وجهه كالقمر ليلة البدر وكفه في كف حبيبي محمد. هذا لمن قالها كل يوم جمعة له هذا الفضل، والله ذو الفضل العظيم. اللهم إني أسألك بحق ما حمل كرسيك من عظمتك وقدرتك وجلالك وبهائك وسلطانك، وبحق اسمك المخزون المكنون الذي سميت به نفسك وأنزلته في كتابك واستأثرت به في علم الغيب عندك، أن تصلي على سيدنا محمد عبدك ورسولك. وأسألك باسمك الذي إذا دعيت به أجبت، وإذا سئلت به أعطيت. وأسألك باسمك الذي وضعته على الليل فأظلم، وعلى النهار فاستنار، وعلى السماوات فاستقلت، وعلى الأرض فاستقرت، وعلى الجبال فرست، وعلى الصعبة فذلت، وعلى ماء السماء فسكبت، وعلى ماء السحاب فأمطرت. وأسألك بما سألك به سيدنا محمد نبيك، وأسألك بما سألك به سيدنا آدم نبيك، وأسألك بما سألك به أنبياؤك ورسلك وملائكتك المقربون صلى الله عليهم أجمعين. وأسألك بما سألك به أهل طاعتك أجمعين، أن تصلي على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت من قبل أن تكون السماء مبنية والأرض مطحية والجبال مرسية والعيون منفجرة والأنهار منهمرة والشمس مضحية والقمر مضيئا والكواكب منيرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد علمك، وصل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد حلمك، وصل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد ما أحصاه اللوح المحفوظ من علمك. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد ما جرى به القلم في أم الكتاب عندك، وصل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد ملء سماواتك، وصل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد ملء أرضك، وصل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد ملء ما أنت خالقه من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد صفوف الملائكة وتسبيحهم وتقديسهم وتحميدهم وتمجيدهم وتكبيرهم وتهليلهم من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد السحاب الجارية والرياح الذارية من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد كل قطرة تقطر من سماواتك إلى أرضك وما تقطر إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد ما هبت الرياح وعدد ما تحركت الأشجار والأوراق والزروع وجميع ما خلقت في قرار الحفظ من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد القطر والمطر والنبات من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد النجوم في السماء من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت في بحارك السبعة مما لا يعلم علمه إلا أنت وما أنت خالقه إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد الرمل والحصى في مشارق الأرض ومغاربها. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت من الجن والإنس وما أنت خالقه إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد أنفاسهم وألفاظهم وألحاظهم من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد طيران الجن والملائكة من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد الطيور والهوام وعدد الوحوش والآكام في مشارق الأرض ومغاربها. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد الأحياء والأموات. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد ما أظلم عليه الليل وأشرق عليه النهار من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد من يمشي على رجلين ومن يمشي على أربع من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد من صلى عليه من الجن والإنس والملائكة من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد من لم يصل عليه. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما يجب أن يصلى عليه. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما ينبغي أن يصلى عليه. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد حتى لا يبقى شيء من الصلاة عليه. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد في الأولين وصل على سيدنا محمد في الآخرين. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد في الملأ الأعلى إلى يوم الدين. ما شاء الله لا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. وأسألك اللهم بالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا آدم عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا نوح عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا هود عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا إبراهيم عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا صالح عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يونس عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا أيوب عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يعقوب عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يوسف عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا موسى عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا هارون عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا شعيب عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا إسماعيل عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا داود عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا سليمان عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا زكريا عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يحيى عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا أرميا عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا شعياء عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا إلياس عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا اليسع عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا ذو الكفل عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يوشع عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا عيسى عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وعلى جميع النبيين والمرسلين أن تصلي على سيدنا محمد نبيك عدد ما خلقته من قبل أن تكون السماء مبنية والأرض مدحية والجبال مرسية والبحار مجرأة والعيون منفجرة والأنهار منهمرة والشمس مضحية والقمر مضيئا والكواكب مستنيرة، كنت حيث كنت لا يعلم أحد حيث كنت إلا أنت وحدك لا شريك لك. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد حلمك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد علمك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كلماتك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد نعمتك، وصل على سيدنا محمد ملء سماواتك، وصل على سيدنا محمد ملء أرضك، وصل على سيدنا محمد ملء عرشك، وصل على سيدنا محمد زينة عرشك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما جرى به القلم في الكتاب، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت في 7 سماواتك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما أنت خالق فيهن إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 محمد عدد كل قطرة قطرت من سماواتك إلى أرضك من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد من يسبحك ويهللك ويكبرك ويعظمك من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد أنفاسهم وألفاظهم، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل نسمة خلقتها فيهم من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد السحاب الجارية، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد الرياح الذارية من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما هبت عليه الرياح وحركته من الأغصان والأشجار والأوراق والثمار وجميع ما خلقت على أرضك وما بين سماواتك من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد نجوم السماء من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد ملء أرضك مما حملت وأقلت من قدرتك. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت في 7 بحارك مما لا يعلم علمه إلا أنت وما أنت خالقه فيها إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد ملء 7 بحارك، وصل على سيدنا محمد زنة 7 بحارك مما حملت وأقلت من قدرتك. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد أمواج بحارك من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد الرمل والحصى في مستقر الأرضين وسهلها وجبالها من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد اضطراب المياه العذبة والملحة من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقته على جديد أرضك في مستقر الأرضين شرقها وغربها سهلها وجبالها وأوديتها وطريقها وعامرها وغامرها إلى سائر ما خلقته عليها وما فيها ومدر وحجر من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي عدد نبات الأرض من قبلتها وشرقها وغربها وسهلها وجبالها وأوديتها وأشجارها وثمارها وأوراقها وزروعها وجميع ما يخرج من نباتها وبركاتها من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت من الجن والإنس والشياطين وما أنت خالقه منهم إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل شعرة في أبدانهم وفي وجوههم وعلى رؤوسهم منذ خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد خفقان الطير وطيران الجن والشياطين من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل بهيمة خلقتها على جديد أرضك من صغير أو كبير في مشارق الأرض ومغاربها من إنسها وجنها ومما لا يعلم علمه إلا أنت من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد خطاهم على وجه الأرض من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد من يصلي عليه، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد من لم يصل عليه، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد القطر والمطر والنبات، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل شيء. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد في الليل إذا يغشى، وصل على سيدنا محمد في النهار إذا تجلى، وصل على سيدنا محمد في الآخرة والأولى، وصل على سيدنا محمد شابا زكيا، وصل على سيدنا محمد كهلا مرضيا، وصل على سيدنا محمد منذ كان في المهد صبيا، وصل على سيدنا محمد حتى لا يبقى من الصلاة شيء. اللهم وأعط سيدنا محمدا المقام المحمود الذي وعدته، الذي إذا قال صدقته وإذا سأل أعطيته. اللهم وأعظم برهانه وشرف بنيانه وأبلج حجته وبين فضيلته. اللهم وتقبل شفاعته في أمته واستعملنا بسنته.
Ağlı ezvacı tahirat evladı Resulü ashabı güzel efendilerimizin sahih enbiya azam ve Resulü fehane hazıratın ervah şeriflerine İlimiz Bilal-i Habeşi radiyallahu anh efendimizin Şeyhimiz SahibulSaif Şeyh Abdulkerim Rabbani Hazretleri için daha husus bu caminin bayinisi bugüne kadar içerisine gelmiş geçmiş imam muazzin kaimlerinin ve gâfe ehli iman ervahı için Allah rızası için El-Fatiha. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما
اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
سيدنا مولانا محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. Elhamdülillah, elhamdülillah, elhamdülillahi rabbil alamin. Ve salatu ve selamu ala Resulina Muhammedin ve ala alihi ve sahbihi ecmain. Nahmadullah Teala ve nastağfiru eşhedü en la ilahe illallah vahdehu la şerike leh. Eşhedü enne seyyidina Muhammeden abduhu ve habibuhu ve resuluhu. Sallallahu aleyhi ve ala alihi ve ezvacihi ve sebit tabi khulafir raşidin mahadin min ba'di. Zemmeti ala tahkik, hususum alameti khulafa rasul ala tahkik. Umar al-Mu'minin, Hazreti Abu Bakr, Umar, Osman ve Ali, ve ala bakı sabit tabin, ridvanullah ta'ala aleyhim ecmain. Ya eyyuhal mu'minul hazirun, itakullah ta'ala, ve te'innallaha mellezine tevellezine hum muhsinun. Elhamdülillahi rabbil alamin, ve salatu ve selamu ala eşrafil enbiya ve mursalin, Seyyidina Mevlana Muhammedin ve ala alihi ve sahbihi ecmain. All praises are due to Allah, Lord of the universes. All praises are due to Allah, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, the most merciful one, who is firmly established on the throne. To him belongs what is in the heavens and the earth, and all that is between them, and whatever is beneath the soil. And if you speak out loud, then indeed he knows the secret, and what is even more hidden. Allah, there is no Allah besides him. His are the most beautiful names. Sadaqallah al-Azim. Ya Allah, bless and grant peace and blessings on our Master Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, the Prophet of judgment and wisdom, the shining lamp with the best character, the seal of the messengers, the master of the Mi'raj, and bless his family and companions and followers, the travelers on his straight path. May peace and blessings be upon his noble family and blessed companions, especially upon the four Khulafa Rashidin, Hazreti Abu Bakr Siddiq, Hazreti Umar Farooq, Hazreti Osman al-Ghani, and Hazreti Ali al-Murtaza, and all those who follow them until the last day. Ya ayyuhal mu'minun, O believers, Alhamdulillah that we have reached the holy day of Jummah in the month of Shawwal. We passed through the holy day of Eid al-Fitr. We should not forget the holiness of Yamul Jummah. The Holy Prophet ﷺ said, the leader of the days is the day of Jummah, and it is the most honored in Allah's sight, and it is more honored than Eid al-Fitr or Eid al-Adha. It has 5 special qualities. Allah created Adam alayhi salam on this day, and on this day Adam alayhi salam was sent to the earth, and on this day Adam alayhi salam passed away. And on this day there is a time where if anyone asks Allah something, it will be granted, unless that thing is forbidden. And on this day, the hour will be established. There are no angels close to Allah or the sky or the earth or the wind or the mountain or the sea who are not worried about the day of Jummah. Ya Alhamdulillah that we have reached to this holy day. Inshallah, we will treat it with respect. Jummah is holy because it is a time for the believers to gather together, to leave their jobs, to leave their families, to leave their dunya, and to reconnect themselves to Allah and His Prophet. SahibulSaif, Shaykh Abdulkerim al-Kibrisi Rabbani, Qadasallah Sir, is talking about the importance of Jummah and then connecting it to the state of the Muslims of today, saying, Jummah khutbah is for Muslims, for mu'mins, is not for unbelievers. Different sohbat to those. Jummah khutbah is given according to the place and how the people are behaving. That must be showing them the way. Later you cannot say, I didn't know. You are hearing, you must be obeying. If you say, I'm obedient servant to Allah, then you must be obedient to those words. Don't look at the man who's saying the words. Look at the words. The words are coming to you from Allah and His Holy Prophet ﷺ. The Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying, in Akhir Zaman, my nation is going to be so many but they are not going to be good for anything. And their enemy is going to eat them, is going to take everything away from them. The Sahabi said, Ya Rasulullah, is it because they are going to be only a handful? He says, so many they are going to be. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to lift the haybat of Islam away from them. So when their enemies look at them, they are not going to have any feeling, any fear from them. And they are going to attack them and they're going to finish them. That's what happened today. It's because they are going to fall in love with this dunya. They are going to love dunya and they're going to hate to hear about death. This is what happened to the nation today. And the friends of Allah speak the truth. If any honest, sincere person looks at the ummah today, he must come to the conclusion that these words, they are true. Islam is a ni'mat, a divine favor to us. Iman is a sharaf. It is an honor to us. When we look at the ummah today, we know that we are without that divine favor. And we are without that honor. The first thing that Muslims must know and must remember is that for over 1,000 years, just until yesterday, we did have honor. We had the highest honor of any ummah that came to this world. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is even praising us, saying in the Holy Quran, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, you are the best ummah that has ever been raised up for mankind. You do amri bil ma'ruf wa nahi anil munkar. You encourage what is right and you forbid what is evil, and you believe in Allah. Sadaqallahu al-Azim. This we had from the time that the Holy Prophet ﷺ came, just up till yesterday. Don't think that our condition now has always been. It has never been. And until the last century, this ummah was living to that title given in the Holy Quran. From the Sahabas, to the Tabi'in, to the Tabi'in, to the Salihin, all the way to our righteous Osmanli grandfathers, the Muslims were believing in Allah. And the Muslims, they were forbidding evil and they were enjoining and encouraging good. The Muslims were able to do that because they had a sultan, because the Muslims had a Khalifa, because the Muslims had the shadow of Allah on earth. But when the Khilafat was veiled from this earth, then we see that we lost everything. One of the biggest things that left the ummah and that has left this world, it is enjoining good and forbidding evil. Don't look at individuals who are enjoining good and forbidding evil. Don't look at some communities or some jamaats or some masjids or some institutions. Islam is ruling from the top to the bottom. Look at the countries, look at the regimes, look at the governments, look at the economic system, look at the military system, look at the system of education, look at every system that we call the system of modern life. Then ask, are they encouraging good and forbidding evil or not? Because any good that does not have power is useless. Islam was good and it came with power just until yesterday. Islam still is good, but the Muslims have no power to enjoin what is good and to forbid what is evil. And now, from the poison of Wahhabism, from the poison that says there is no mazhab, from the poison that says now we have to open the doors of ijtihad and everyone can practice Islam as they want, reading the book by themselves, coming to their own laws and conclusions by themselves. Now, what is evil and good, it is all mixed up. Now, what they wanted to do since the fall of the Khilafat, to weaken the Ummah and to rip open the doors of ijtihad, it has happened. And now everyone is doing what they want, and they're getting the reasons from the Quran and they're getting reasons from the Sunnah. And now even the so-called imams and shaykhs and mullahs are giving everyone permission to do whatever they want. Our Shaykh SahibulSaif is telling us about this fitna, this confusion, saying, Amril bil ma'ruf wa nahya min munkar. That's finished too, completely. That the Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying, when that finishes, everything is finished. In the nations, Amr bil Ma'ruf must come first from the top leaders. The leaders must give orders to the people to direct them to the right roads and to stop them from the wrongdoings. But it became otherwise. Imam, sheikhs, priests, rabbis, everyone is falling into the same category now. They are afraid to speak the truth because some authorities may call them and question them. That's what happened. But you must not be afraid to speak the truth, at least to your own selves. At least say to your own selves, this is what's happening. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm saying. I'm saying the shahadat, but I'm living otherwise. I'm saying the shahadat, but I'm breaking every law. Everything that the Holy Prophet ﷺ said, I'm living something else. I'm a different creature. The Prophet ﷺ says, if there is no Khalifa for 3 days, 3 days if there is no Khalifa, there is no Islam. The Khalifa is necessary to have Amri bil Ma'ruf. Without it, even if we are 2 billion people, even if we have more billionaires amongst the Muslims than amongst the non-Muslims, even when we have the technology and the education and everything that the dunya has to offer, we have become the weakest ones. The strength comes when you're able to stand up to truth. The strength comes when you're able to protect the orphans, the poor ones, those who are Muslims. The power doesn't come when you are allying yourself with the powerful. The power comes when you bring down tyranny. This is what the Holy Prophet ﷺ came 1400 years ago. So the Khilafat was removed. We have 2 billion Muslims, but we have become weak. We cannot do anything. And the Muslims have tried for 100 years. For 100 years. To make organizations and institutions and think tanks to replace the Khilafat. But the Khilafat is from Allah, and nothing can replace what Allah has put there. Anytime Muslims have tried to make their own system or their own law or their own organization, it fails because it is not from divine sources. It is not from prophetic tradition. It is coming from tradition of unbelievers. Whatever comes from Allah is perfect, and it will remain clean. Whatever comes from dunya ideas, whatever comes from unbelief is imperfect and will in the end become dirty, and it will corrupt. Sultan al-Awliya Shaykh Maulana Muhammad Nazim Adil Hakkani Kadan is saying, today's people, today's religious people, mostly are official ones. Rasmiyat, officiality, is taking away familiarity from people. Officials are not opening to each other in their hearts, but they are using their official identities and leaving their real beings as Muslims and taking an imitated personality that has no value. Do you think a fake diamond is the same as a real diamond? But from far away you must say both of them are diamonds, but no, never. So that officiality is making people leave their real beings and dress in imitated identities, and that is a shaitanic order. Therefore, one of the biggest awliya in the Islamic world, Maulana Jalaluddin Rumi Qadasasir, was saying, O people, be as you are, showing yourself to people. Don't cheat them. Don't use 2 personalities. Use 1 personality and your real person is going to be in your spirituality. But you are not using. You are hiding your real being and showing yourself opposite to that. That is haram. Be as you are. Don't use two personalities. You may cheat people, but you cannot cheat the Lord of heavens. You can't cheat heavenly beings. No. About those who cheat people, the seal of the Prophet ﷺ is saying, that one is not from my nation. That is a very heavy warning from the Prophet ﷺ. The way of the Holy Prophet ﷺ is to sit with people. His way is to listen to the people. His way is to understand and to help the people. The Holy Prophet ﷺ came to bring down the hypocrisy of officiality and to make people to be in sohbat, in association. Sohbat brings people's hearts together and it brings sincerity. That is why our way is founded on association, on sohbat. Sultan al-Awliya is saying, we are trying to be simple and not official. I want to be able to speak freely and not for it to be like a court speech. It should be free and simple so that sincerity can go through our hearts. When something is official, it loses sincerity. So forgive me for my simplicity. It is better to be simple and easy. Officiality makes our life less valuable. Official people live shorter than unofficial people. That is why I do not like to be an official person, and I've never been one. When we leave the real teachings of Islam and when we follow a made-up official version of Islam, then we lose the spirit of Islam. Yes, we will have the form of Islam. We will have masjids and jamis. We will even have investments and buildings and money. You can produce hundreds of imams every year. You can have mimbars and minarets and mihrabs and businesses, but those masjids will be empty from the spirit of Islam. They'll be empty from believers. That emptiness of spirit is what is making this nation to be weak. 1400 years, maybe we didn't have this much wealth or this many jamis or business or investment, but the spirit of Islam was strong and it sustained us for over 1,000 years. A fake Islam cannot solve the problems of Muslims. A hypocritical official Islam that is not connected to Khilafat or 1400 years of tradition, it is only going to make the ummah to become more sick. It is like giving a drugs to a sick, dying person instead of curing it. And this is what we see. The ummah is infected with the worst confusion and the worst fitness. Is it an honor to Muslims when we see women using the form of Islam to dishonor Islam? They're using and they're attacking especially first our women. And that is a sign of the last days. They're using the form of Islam, but it's using it to dishonor Islam. Is it an honor to Islam when women are wearing hijab, but also putting on swimsuits and appearing on the cover of swimsuit magazines so the whole world can look at their bodies? Is it an honor to Islam when a woman wearing burqa stands on the stage of a rock concert screaming and dancing like an unbeliever? Is it an honor? Is it an honor to Islam when Muslim girls wear hijab and they walk in gay pride parades? Is that an honor to Islam? It's not only to the women, it's to everyone. And what about our youth? What about our young people who are our future? Is it an honor to Islam when the Muslim youth are saying that the Muslim youth are thinking bad thoughts about the Holy Prophet and his companions? Is it an honor when they are taught it's okay to criticize prophets? It is okay to criticize the Sahabis. It is okay to criticize the alims and the ulamas and the saints. Is it an honor to Islam when the youth of the ummah have become so hopeless that they find pleasure from sitting in their rooms, staring at that shaitan box, the internet, and then finding no pleasure in anything unless they cut themselves and watching the blood come out from their bodies? Is it an honor to Islam when young Muslims are killing themselves? When divorce is on the rise? What happens when the official Islam tells us that we are all okay, that we don't need to change? What happens when we stop struggling for the sake of Allah against our nafs, against this dunya and against all this fitna? When the imams and the hojas and the shaykhs stop telling us that our desires are evil, that dunya is a trap, that our ego is our enemy, then our spirit is going to die. And the spirit of Islam will die. Then our desires are not seen as something evil. We start to think our desires, it is our right. Our desires is haqq. Our right to run after our desires and to chase after our desires. We start to think that our ego is our friend instead of thinking that our ego is our enemy. We start thinking that good is bad and bad is good. This is the age of Dajjal. What is the biggest trap of Dajjal? He shows paradise as hell, and he shows hell as paradise. We are in it. Even the angel Jibreel alayhi salam feared for us. Holy Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam is saying, when Allah created paradise, he said to Jibreel, go and look at it. Jibreel alayhi salam went and looked at it, then came and said, oh my Lord, by your might, no one who hears of it will fail to enter it. Meaning Jibreel alayhi salam look at paradise and says, anyone who has heard of paradise, they all want to go to paradise. Allah then surrounded it with things that the ego dislikes, things that shaitan dislikes, things that Allah likes. And Allah then said to Jibreel alayhi salam and said, go and look at it again, Jibreel. He went and looked at it. Then he came and said, oh my Lord, I swear by your power, I am afraid that no one will be able to enter it. Then Allah created Jahannam. He said, go and look at it, Jibreel. Jibreel went and looked at it and then said, oh my Lord, I swear by your power, no one who hears of Jahannam wants to enter into it. Allah then surrounded it with desirable things and said, go and look at it, Jibreel. Jibreel went, looked at it, then came and said, oh my Lord, I swear by your power, I am afraid that no one will remain who does not enter it. The Akhir Zaman that we're living in, you should have no doubt that we're living in it. The Akhir Zaman is given to the tyrants and to those who are opposed to the teachings of Allah and His Prophet. The Akhir Zaman is headed by the teachings of Dajjal, who has prepared the way before he enters. And Dajjal comes to tell the people paradise is hell, and hell is paradise. Dajjal comes to tell people to follow the road to hell because it is full of pleasure, and to leave the road to paradise because it looks like it is full of difficulties. Is this open today? People think that obedience to Allah and His Prophet is a hell. They're teaching the young that. They say, don't obey, you have your own mind. Obey yourself. They think that submitting their egos to the divine will is a hell. And to tell them, first you have to submit your ego to the one that Allah has sent, they say now, that is shirk. And they think that being rebellious, that doing whatever they want, that pleasing their egos because they have a right, they have an entitled right, they think that this is paradise. This is the new style. To run after batil makes you intelligent and it makes you good and smart. And to run after haqq makes you stupid and makes you evil. This is exactly the plan of Dajjal. And now it is even worse because from top to bottom, from individuals with a Facebook account to the regimes and governments, we see that the new style has become to command people to evil and to forbid the good. We see this all the time, especially when it comes to Muslims. Muslims who are disobedient to the teachings of Allah, from women taking off the hijabs publicly, to other ones doing forbidden things, to men doing forbidden things, you will see so many, majority are going to stand up to support them. And the few who says this is forbidden, everyone will start to attack that one and to say, how can you say that? How can you judge? Allah is merciful, Prophet is merciful. How dare you judge? The new style has become to command people to evil and to forbid the good. People encourage evil and tell people to stay away from the good. This is the condition that is surrounding us. And this condition, this confusion is so widespread that even a man with faith, even a man with intelligence, even a man with experience, he will become confused. And this confusion happens when there is no guide to show the way. Holy Prophet, listen to this, what he said 1400 years ago. He says, how will you be when your women pass the limits, when your youth are corrupt, and when you have left the struggle for the sake of Allah? He says, meaning in simple language, what do you think is going to happen? The Sahabis, they were shocked and they said, will that be? Will that ever be, Ya Rasulullah? That the women, they're going to pass the limits, that the youth, they're going to be corrupt, that people are going to stop struggling for the sake of haqq. The Prophet says, yes, I swear by the one in whose hand is my soul. Worse is going to happen. What is worse than that, Ya Rasulullah? How will you be when you no longer command the good and you forbid the evil? Will that be, Ya Rasulullah? Yes, I swear by the one in whose hand is my soul. Worse will happen. What is worse than that, Ya Rasulullah? How will you be when you see the good as bad and the bad as good? Will that be, Ya Rasulullah? Yes, I swear by the one in whose hand is my soul. Worse will occur. What is worse than that, Ya Rasulullah? How will you be when you command the evil and you forbid the good? Will that be, Ya Rasulullah? I swear by the one in whose hand is my soul. Yes, it will be. And worse will happen. Worse. Allah says, I swear a promise upon myself. I will send them a trial, a test that will make the learned man to become confused. That is a description of the darkness of the age of Dajjal. Stop being selfish to look at your own lives and say, I'm okay. I have a nice job. I have a nice family. I have a nice car. I have a nice future in front of me. Since when do believers think that way? So we have lost belief. Because Islam has become a private religion only for our own comfort of families, of community, or even of nations. You don't care for other nations anymore because your nation is doing well. So you can see other nations, other Muslim nations, millions of them suffering under tyranny and dying every day. And the powerful ones who can change that turn their face and say, so what? I'm having a nice life. And this culture of not caring, deadening, killing our hearts, this culture, it is taught to every generation. And it has taken over our hearts. This is the description of the days that we're living in. If this doesn't make your hairs to stand up, I don't know what will. Our hearts should feel the same shock that the Sahabis had when they were listening to the description of this evil time. And we must run. We must run to reject the evil of this time. Yes, we are few. We cannot fight. We cannot do anything, but we cannot accept it in our hearts. In these dark days of Akhir Zaman, we should run to stay in the real associations of the friends of Allah, who makes us to wake up, that this religion is not just about pulling tasbih or going up and down. That the Prophet ﷺ came to bring down tyranny and darkness. The Holy Prophet ﷺ gave good news to those who are trying to live a clean, simple lifestyle in Akhir Zaman. Our Shaykh is conveying that good news to us, saying, now Islam is not ruling. Islam is not ruling. Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying to us, after me, the Khalifas will come. After the Khalifas, kings will come. After the kings, sultans will come. After the sultans, the time of Jababira, the tyranny time will come. Everywhere in the east, west, north and south, and in every country, the tyrants are going to rule. If you live at that time, try to run away from government works. This is what Holy Prophet is ordering. If you're living during that time, I only give you two advice. Speak the truth and be patient. You are not going to be able to change anything. He said this to the Sahabis. A time will come to my nation that they are not going to be able to speak the truth, and they are not going to be able to stop people from munkar, from wrongdoings. So the Sahabis said, Ya Rasulullah, what kind of believers are those people going to be? He said, worse is going to come to them. They are not going to be able to do that outside, leave outside. They're not going to be able to do that inside. To their family members, they are not going to be able to say what is right and what is wrong. Nobody is going to listen. Everybody is going to rule as they like. Our Shaykh is opening up that hadith. The Sahabis were even more shocked and surprised. Then the Prophet closed the gap a little bit more. He said, worse is going to come to them. What is it, Ya Rasulullah? The Sahabis asked. He said, they are not going to be able to speak to their own children. They are not going to be able to change their wrongdoings and wrong things. Their hands are going to be tied by the powers, by the governments. They are not going to be able to change and raise their children in the way of Islam. They are not going to be able to speak to their wives. Their wives are not going to listen to them. They are going to say democracy. They are going to say feminist rights, women's rights. All these the Holy Prophet is saying. And the Sahabi said, Ya Rasulullah, what kind of believers are they going to be? You know, our Shaykh is saying, you know, vinegar is very strong. If you put any kind of worms in the vinegar, it will die. It will not live in it. But vinegar has its own kinds of worms that will stay in that vinegar. It will live in that vinegar. He ﷺ said, those of my nation in that time who are going to try to live a correct lifestyle are going to be like those worms inside the vinegar, and they're going to live. And my salams to them. He's saying from that time, my salams and my blessings to those ones. Our intention in these worst times, end of times, is to live a lifestyle that is going to bring the salams and the blessings of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. We have no need of anything else when we get the salams of our Prophet. That is worth living for. That is worth dying for. May Allah bless our Shaykh who has guided us to such a lifestyle. May Allah forgive us for our shortcomings and our weakness. May Allah keep us strong and to be able to live in this way and to pass from this way clean. Inshallah. Ameen. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah. La ilaha illallah. لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك والحمد لله شيء قدير لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إني ظالم لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك سبحان قدوس وبدر إن الله الإسلام قام الصلاة بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر
الإسلام وشرف الإيمان دائما الحمد لله. لا شأنه ولا إله غيره الله أكبر. الله أكبر كبيرا والحمد لله كثيرا وسبحان الله بكرة وأصيلا. لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك وله الحمد وهو على كل شيء قدير سبحان ربي الأعلى الوهاب.
آمين. حسبنا الله لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الفاتحة.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. آمن الرسول بما أنزل إليه من ربه والمؤمنون كل آمن بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله لا نفرق بين أحد من رسله وقالوا سمعنا وأطعنا غفرانك ربنا وإليك المصير. لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها لها ما كسبت وعليها ما اكتسبت. ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا وأخطأنا ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين آمنا بالله صدق الله العظيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الناس مالك الناس إله الناس من شر وسواس العناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله.
لا إله إلا الله سيدنا مولانا محمد رسول الله صلى الله تعالى عليه وآله وصحبه وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد صلوات على رب العالمين سيدنا محمد صلوات على أكبر العالمين سيدنا محمد صلوات صلوات الله تعالى وملائكته وأنبيائه ورسله وجميع خلقنا محمد وعلى آل محمد عليه السلام ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته الله تبارك وتعالى وسلامة أصحاب رسول الله أجمعين والتابعين بهم بإحسان والمشاهدين الماضين وعلماء المتقين وأولياء الصالحين ومشايخنا في الطريق الأشمل العالية تقص الله تعالى وحفظ الزكية ونوفقه تعالى ونحل المبارك وعد الله تعالى الملائكات وفيلاتهم والحمد لله رب العالمين.
الفاتحة. فاتحة.
اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر. الله أكبر ولله الحمد. الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله والله الحمد. الله أكبر ولله الحمد.
لا شريك له مصطفى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. شيخ سلطان. الفاتحة.
Biz Osmanlıyız.
Biz Osmanlıyız.
Actionlıyız.
Actionlıyız.
Tekbir.
Allahu Ekber.
Tekbir.
Allahu Ekber.
Tekbir.
Allahu Ekber.
ولله الحمد. السلام عليكم. Juma Mubarak. Yeah. Today is our holiday. Holy day and holiday. It used to be holiday means holy day. Now holiday means not holy day. You do anything you want, not holy. But today is Juma. We should be happy. Whatever that is happening in this world, Allah is greater than that. And the believers, be patient. Allah is with the patient. This world like this or like that, how long is it going to last? We were once in our mother's stomach, time inside of time and space inside of space. We are going to pass from this world to the grave. There's a different time, different space there too. To the outside world, time finish, person is dead. Space is just that small space. To the believer, the space is endless. You become like waiting room to enter into a paradise. To those who are in trouble that they didn't fix themselves, the space is so tight it will crush you. It'll become waiting room to go into a, like Rikers Island. Rikers Island is waiting room to go into real prison. May Allah not make us to be from that category, inshallah. Be patient, be happy with your Lord. Don't be happy with wrong things. Say, Ya Rabbi, what can I do? I don't like this because you don't like this. Maybe my ego is pulling me to that way a little bit, but I'm saying it is not right, Ya Rabbi, I'm weak, I don't like this. Say to your heart, we are going to be judged according to our intention. We cannot change. But we can have our faith to be strong, inshallah. That way, we will be in safety. We're not going to lose. If you have any weakness in your heart to the wrong things, you're going to be in trouble because it may infect everything. Don't have any weakness, inshallah. How are you not going to have any weakness? Be with the strong ones, that's all. Be with the strong ones. The strongest one by himself, he will become weak. The weakest one with the strong, he'll become strong. That is how it was, how it is, how it always will be. So we want to be part of the Jamaat, inshallah, to be in the Jamaat that Allah loves. That's our intention. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Feel free, sit, be comfortable. Ya Allah. Can you take my miswak from my room? Sit comfortably. It's tradition just to have short sohbat after this. Those who are wanting to listen to the sohbat. Sit comfortable. Inshallah. Okay, because I touched this, let me give. We give so much spicy in the sohbat, we must give some. What is the form and what is the spirit? So Amr bil Ma'ruf, Nahi anil Munkar. Wahhabis saying La ilaha illallah is different. The believer saying La ilaha illallah is different. Where is the dalil for this? Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq went to war. He went to war. With who? With those who say La ilaha illallah. He went to war and he killed those who says La ilaha illallah. They pray, they fast. They do everything. But some things they don't like. He went to war with them. Hazrat Ali went to war with people who say La ilaha illallah, didn't he? Correct? They say La ilaha illallah. They also say Muhammad Rasulullah. But they say La Khilafat. They say Quran only. They're taking the, right? Taking the Quran and they spear it and they show it like this. We follow only Quran. We don't follow any man. Man is corrupt. It can be corrupt, not perfect. The Quran is perfect. We follow only Quran. But Quran is a what? He's going there reading and guiding you like this, like a. And the Quran came like that. The Quran came to a man, the Holy Prophet ﷺ. So that is key difference. That is a fallacy in logic. You understand? So people who are terrorists, extremists, they're also saying they want Khilafat. Correct? Don't they? In Iraq. Is that what the Prophet was saying about Khalifa for 1400 years? No. They're also saying Khilafat. Is that what we're saying about the Khilafat? No. But for people who are stupid and lazy and brainwashed, they're going to say chair has 4 legs, cat has 4 legs, so a chair is a cat. Same. It used to be unbelievers thinking that way. It's okay. They say because there were terrorists who are Muslims, so they say now every Muslim is a terrorist. They are unbelievers. Something is wrong there. They are brainwashed. Even now they're starting to see the difference. It's okay, maybe. But for believers or Muslims to think that, that is unforgivable. That's why Muslims for 1400 years, they can live with Jews, they can live with Christians, they can live with Hindus, they can live with unbelievers. Correct or no? They can live. That power over 1,000 years. In India, you could have destroyed every temple. Not 1,000 years, 100 years less. They could have. They didn't. Same thing in the Hijaz too. There are still temples and there's still churches and synagogues standing. Same thing in North Africa too. We could have destroyed everything, but we didn't, because that is not what Allah and His Prophet is saying to do. So there is a difference now. So those who are saying that, they are wrong. So their understanding of everything is also wrong. Their understanding of La ilaha illallah is wrong. Their understanding of Quran is wrong. You understand? So their understanding of Amr bil Ma'ruf and Nahi anil Munkar is wrong. So they're only going to do wrong things with that. When they're going to use the religion, of course they are going to. Understand? So Allah make us to be in wisdom and to be in understanding, inshallah. Okay. You satisfied with that answer, or you want to say? No, say.
The reason I was asking is because when you talk to somebody who's they have this certain desire to not follow Islam, the things that are very easily accessible to them are people who are not right, and they tend to follow them blindly, and these people always say Quran, and then it's very difficult to move these people from, because they always say, why should I follow anybody when I can read and learn the Quran myself?
Yeah.
So these people who they're following, they're actually following these people.
Right.
Always say Amar bil Maruf, do this
practice yourself and read yourself. So talking to some people like that, they just don't understand that you have to follow the right sources.
You don't argue. The Prophet ﷺ is saying, he's forbidding argument in matters of religion, in faith. He's forbidding that. You understand? He's forbidding arguing in matters of religion, even when you are right. If you are right, don't argue. If you're wrong, completely don't speak. Because argument is not the only way. Now we live in so much war. We think argument is the only way to convince someone. It's not. It's not the only way. There's so many other ways to try to make someone to wake up. Don't try to convince them. Don't argue. It extinguishes the light of faith, arguing about religion. You understand? That's why so many scholars, now especially, in the past there were some scholars also, that when they start arguing about matters of religion so much, and that's not with everybody, there's not a Facebook post, it's a matter of small circle, they argue so much, they understood that I know so much religion, but I argue about it so much that I don't have faith. Correct or no? Who is saying this? That he has no faith, although he has religion. Hujjatul Islam himself, Imam al-Ghazali, saying he has no faith. He comes from a long lineage. Not just he learned 1 year, 2 years like today's people. 1 year, 2 years taking online course. They call themselves a mujtahid. They call themselves an alim, and they call themselves a shaykh. His whole life he was trained for that. His father was trained for that. His grandfather was, and they're not some people having some followers in Facebook. They were guiding whole nations, working for sultans. And he was knowing so much. And he says, I fear for my faith. Faith now. And he said, if it's not because of the years that I spent sitting with the Ahl Zikr, with Tasawwuf people of Tariqat, he says, my end would have been a disaster for me. And we know this. Let me tell you, when it comes to matters of faith, how delicate it is. Huh? One saint, once upon a time, he put out a writing, and he says, I have 100 reasons to prove, 100 proofs to show that Allah exists. And this was maybe 1,000 years ago. The questions of Allah exists or Allah doesn't exist. How much does He weigh? Can He do this? All these questions is not today that they're asking. They asked 1,000 years ago. Because when Islam entered into very high civilizations, like say in Iraq at that time, like say in Persia, in Rome, they enter into civilizations that have that knowledge for thousands of years, and they come in with all those questions now, and Islam, the Muslims now, they have to answer those questions. They could have just killed everything and said, shut up, don't speak, like Catholics they do. But this is not in Islam. Islam is saying, Allah is saying, read, recite, proclaim. So now there has to be conversation. People are talking. All those questions they already asked. So he's putting out this question, this proof, this work saying there's 100 proofs that Allah exists. Another saint sent a word to him talking about how delicate faith is. This other saint sent word to him and said, that's because you have 100 doubts in your heart. You understand? So when it comes to matters of faith now also, we discovered a long time ago, from the beginning, don't argue. We don't argue. So, is it am I, do I go talking to Jews trying to bring them into Islam? Do I go to Christians telling them Christianity is wrong, Islam is correct, come into Islam? Do I do that? Do I go to Wahhabis saying that? No. Do I go to people who don't believe saying that? No. It is not in our way. That is not the Prophet's way to argue. You understand? So we should not. We should stay away. Because especially in these days, their hearts are sealed. And like I said, if you want to open that, maybe you have the key, maybe you don't have the key. Maybe you don't have the permission. And we're saying, if I don't give myself that permission, nobody should. Okay, you say, what if it's my family members? What is your family members? Don't talk about it. If they're not ready to hear anything, don't talk about it. Talk about something else. They don't agree. Don't agree. Now, they don't agree. We're not saying to people, you don't agree in our way, leave them. We're not saying leave them. We're saying stay. Because they're still your family. You still have to show respect to them. But the opposite usually happens. They are saying, you leave. You are in the way of Jahannam. You're in the way of wrong. You leave. And we say, don't argue. Be quiet. Be patient. They usually attack. Then we say, draw a line now. Say, if you don't attack me, because I don't attack you, if you don't attack, then we can get along. Because now, yes, it's a matter of difference of opinion. We'll wait. It takes more patience. Because Lodi is always on to fight. When you become Ladu, through the sweet, people are going to change their heart. That is also the way of the prophets, correct? Through sweetness, through persuasion, through when they don't realize it, then you drop something and they say, oh, okay. Look, when you argue with people, they are just going to put up defenses. A wall. You cannot go through that wall. Even if they realize that you are right, they are wrong, they will never admit it because now the ego is in front. You cannot do that. You understand? So you don't speak about that. One of the ways, you may drop certain things here and there. You may poke it here and there, make fun here and there for them to just, but don't argue too much. It's no good. You'll never be able to convince people that way. Especially now, only those that their hearts are a little bit open, they want to stay, you stay. You speak, listen. We don't force anyone, understand? So no need to do that. If it's for yourself that you are trying to work certain things out in your mind, that's different. But for people, don't. Somebody may come here, they may listen. Once they start arguing, we say, that's enough now. We're not here to argue. We have been in this way for some time. When we have Jews and Christians and Hindus coming here, they don't argue. They accept. Because it makes sense. When we have Muslims here, usually they argue from outside. Huh? So this is Akhir Zaman. Ya Allah, keep us away from confusion, inshallah. That's all. Akhir. Bashka. And? Yeah, finish. Yes.
I wanted to ask you, Raja, you were mentioning a few times that we should check our ego.
Yes.
And if you can give us 2 examples from your experience, how did you do it? And until what point we can carry on that? Because also I heard you telling that you cannot go on with that forever.
Of course you cannot. Yeah.
You have to step on your ego. How can we know that we are over it and that we shouldn't be? What are the signs that we can see?
When you can fight instead of tricking, when you can actually fight and you can defeat,
Yes.
then don't trick it anymore. Like for example, you like to eat candy. You cannot stop yourself. When you trick your ego, you're going to say to your ego, not to say to your ego, you cannot eat. You're going to say, you're going to eat later. And later you're going to eat just a little bit. You're tricking it. You understand?
Yeah.
You're going to do that. But once you become strong, then the time will come when your ego says, I want to eat. It says, no. Not necessary. We have kids, no? We know that especially when they are growing up, you cannot deal with them directly. You have to trick them all the time, correct or no? I said, no, I don't want to do that. Okay, if you do this, then I'm going to give you this. Okay? Okay, then they do it. Correct or no? Yeah. And it's okay when they are kids. Imagine if they're 16 years old, you have to do that. That's a problem. They say, study. I don't want to study. If you study, then I'm going to give you $1,000. Okay, I'll study. How long is that going to last? Then that kid doesn't become a man. Correct or no? The kid is not responsible. So, you know, when you become strong, when you are strong enough, you say this tricking is not necessary now. And of course, the ego it's attacking you in so many different ways. Some things, like for example, candy, it's easy. Maybe for other things, it is very difficult. When those things that are very difficult for you to get rid of, then that's the time you need to trick it. Okay? He wants to do it, it says later. Yeah, I'll do it later. And you cannot, you have to be regretful, and you have to be very sorry and to ask for forgiveness when you give in. Let's say. You understand? But if you are strong and you say no, you'll find more strength coming to you. You find more strength when you're around people. When you're alone, very difficult. No. Always, you see. This is why the Ummah has always been being in Jamaat. Ummah doesn't mean you're separated into different nationalities, different families, different people, and one doesn't go into another. And you say, no, this is Turkish masjid, no Pakistanis. Pakistanis say, no, this Pakistani masjid, no Arabs. And the Arabs say, no, this Arab masjid, no Bosnian. Bosnians, forget about it. That's not what the Prophet brought. Prophet brought, and he broke down every wall through race. He broke down every wall through class. He broke down every wall also through language. Suhaib Rumi, he was coming from Rum. Hazrati Bilal, radiallahu an, he couldn't even pronounce Arabic properly. He broke down everything and says, now come together, because now don't look at all those different, look into the spirit now. And your spirits, you are the same. Because people who look at differences, they're still Ahli Dunya. Because we're only in this dunya, this short while. Before we were not in dunya, and when we were not in dunya, we were not Bosnians, Turkish, Arabs. We were not. All this is only happening in dunya. When we were spirits, we ruh, we are not divided into nationalities, into different colors, into different class. We were all together. And those who are close to the spirit, they say, we want to live like that here, because that's how we're going to live in the future. You understand? So, to be in Jamaat, that is important. Even when you're alone, that's when ego chasing you around, desires chasing you around. Then you start meeting someone, it just takes you out from that too. And then when you are together in company, it's going to be more difficult now to be able to do those things, to think or to. But we follow the worst of the Western world. The worst, I'm saying, of the Western world. There is this thing they understood in the West, and it's in every, let's say, especially in literature. They're talking about it a lot. They've known this for a long time. And they say this happened since Industrial Revolution, around the time of the fall of the Khilafat too. They say this thing is called alienation. We become alienated from each other. No Jamaat, no things, alienation, you understand? From that time until now, everyone is suffering from alienation. So now, even if you are all together, you feel alienated from each other. Because you feel you are different from each other. Why you feel that you're different from each other? If there is no haqq, truth that is binding you, then that time you can be in a nation of millions or billions, and you're not going to be able to have any friend here or hereafter. No familiarity, no heart, no warmth. Ramadan, Islam is showing everything you do, it has to be in Jamaat. In fact, any worship that you do, if you do it in Jamaat, you get bigger rewards. Correct? You can say La ilaha illallah individual, but if you say La ilaha illallah in a Jamaat, Allah is saying, you're saying that, I will remember you in a bigger, higher Jamaat with the angels. You can pray alone, but praying in a Jamaat, it is better. Now Eid, you're going to pray Jamaat not only in masjids, now you're going to have, in the old days especially, whole town will come out. That's when Eid prayer, they say don't pray in a masjid. You're going to pray in a field because that is the time, once, twice a year, whole town coming out. Yes, people used to come out tens of thousands, not for concerts, not for football, not for cricket, not for all this foolishness of Akhir Zaman. They used to come out like that with the enjoyment. You understand? Not they coming out thousands, they feel with enjoyment they were coming out, but they were doing it for Allah's sake. To pray, to have mawlid, to make zikr, to listen to qasidas, to listen to Quran recitation. That didn't happen one time, it happened for over 1,000 years. We lost that. Because we say we take the worst from the West and we say, no, we like this. We like this industrial revolution, we like all these things, we like all this alienation. It makes us to become modern. It's finished because this is not in our fitrah. Ramadan, now you're going to fast everyone together. People always asking me, how can I keep up the spirit of Ramadan? I say, it's impossible because it's not Ramadan. It's not. When you have the whole world, east, west, north and south, even there's a handful of people in a land, in a country, everyone is fasting, the rahmat is raining down because everyone is now locked together. Imagine fasting during the day, locked together, and Taraweeh at night, locked together now. Continuously. In the old days, it wasn't just Ramadan. They were doing it even before. They were doing it in Rajab. They were doing it in Shawwal. And Ramadan is just this huge celebration. Then they say, prepare for Qurban. Prepare for Qurban. Prepare for the Hajj now. So now the Hajj becomes even higher. Now it's not about celebration, eating so much. Now it's about Qurban. It's about sacrifice. It's about going to the Hajj and leaving everything, wearing the white. You are the Qurban. In fact, if you don't make Qurban when you go on the Hajj, is it accepted? It is not. That Qurban is supposed to substitute you. There are those who made that Qurban of themselves even before they step to take one step to the Hajj. Those are the real Hajjis. In the old days, that's what they did. Before they go to the Hajj, it's as if they died. They finish all their business. They tell goodbye to all their family. They say, if I don't know if I'm going to come back. Correct or no? And they put on that ihram. This is not my ihram, this is my what? Coffin. This is coffin, meaning that I'm dead. They don't go there to take selfie. It's finished. Now they're making tawaf and they're taking selfie and they're checking. You think any rahmat is going to fall? Of course it's going to be that way because those shaitanic ones make it to be like that. Because now you enter into the place, marble here, marble there, AC here, AC there. Everything is so beautiful. What's the difference between that and an airport lounge? They take out all the calligraphy and everything. They take out everything that over 1,000 years or longer than that the prophets they touch and they bless. The awliya Allah they touch and they bless. The salihin they destroy everything and they put nice new things that has no connection. They even destroyed inside the Kaaba. They put Italian marble everywhere. So that people go there and they're just looking at the outside, but nothing is hitting them. In the old days, one person goes to the Hajj. He comes back because he's a Hajjah. Everyone kisses his hand inside because he's waving to the Hajar Aswad. The whole town, the whole city will be blessed by his presence and they change. Change for what? Change to make the Akhirat to become better. When the Akhirat is better, the dunya will follow. No problem. People today, they want to fix the dunya, but akhirat is not coming. The problem now. You understand? So people who are going there, they don't feel moved. There's nothing. So there is no labaik. You're only saying labaik. You're saying, here I am, but I'm going to go. Here I am, but, oh, here's another message I have to. Here I am, but I have to take selfie how many likes I'm going to get. Yes, in the old days, they say, no. We're not going to make it to be like outside because this is haram. This is haramain. This is forbidden. So many things are. So now they may tell you, no, you cannot comb this, you cannot do that. But they're not taking the spirit now. You're not supposed to cut your fingernails. You're not supposed to wear things that are sewn. But you go there with your phone that is contained every conceivable haram inside. So you don't have this. In the old days, they make it to be rough a little bit because it's not supposed to be dunya. It cannot remind you of dunya. It has to remind you of akhirat. That even the Janatul Baqi, the way that it's constructed and everything, all the tombs that were there for over 1,000 years, it was constructed like that. It was so beautiful. It was a garden from a garden of paradise. It doesn't remind them of this dunya. It must take you outside from this dunya. Now it's done, it's finished. There's no spirit there. So, we're living those times. Be patient. We must understand that it is wrong. We cannot like it. You understand? We cannot do anything. We must turn to Allah and say this, you're watching this, Ya Rabbi. Don't make me from them. Bring someone who's going to fix this. I cannot do this. That's what we should do. Inshallah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Anything else? What do you have?
You're saying before Sabbath that kind of in one generation from Paul to Khilafah, 34 years that people became very off, like that things got deconstructed inside the world. People's ideas changed very badly. Can that be, can people be corrected within a generation, or it cannot happen? For people to come back to the right way?
It's not a matter of it's not a matter of time. It's not a matter of time. In one generation, within one generation, those ones who were killing their children like that, burying them into the sands, they became Sahabis, no? Within a generation, not past a generation, within a generation, they were able to change. So it's not a matter of time. It's a matter of guidance. It is a matter, not guidance, whether a guide is sent, there is always a guide there. But whether you take that hand to be guided or not. Those ones, they left and they became Sahabis. But those ones who did not follow that guidance, they become Abu Jahils and they become Abu Lahabs. You understand? So now we come to the point now. It is Akhir Zaman. Even if you show guidance, the same internet, it has so many evil things, yes. It has also good things, correct? But how do people want to be guided? Now, what is making someone to be guided? Inside. If he's not knowing himself, he's not knowing his desire, he's going to follow by his desire. His desires are going to guide him. His ego is going to guide him. Thinking that it is Allah. Thinking that it is his intelligence. It is not. You understand? So now the question is, are you going to receive the guidance or not? If you don't receive the guidance, then it may take a very, very long time. Because haq, it is clear from batil. Allah is saying. Don't say, oh, I don't know. I don't know whether it's right or it's wrong. Allah is saying. Allah is the creator of haq and Allah is the creator of batil. Yes. And he's saying haq, it is clear from batil. Batil is clear from haq. And for 1400 years, people were not confused. Subhanallah. Now people are confused. Why is that? If there should be confusion, it should be confusion the first 100 years, correct? But there was no confusion. They were building up all the foundations there. They cleared up all the confusion. So, again, guidance. Because when we say Khilafat, Khalifa is not one person sitting on a chair. Khilafat is the one who is representing the Prophet. That is what it means. The Khalifa. Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq, he says, I'm the Khalifa, I'm the one who is representing the Prophet. I'm a representative of the Prophet. And the Prophet, he's saying, I'm representing Allah. And when Hazrat Umar became the Khalifa, next one, he did not say, I'm representing the Prophet. He's saying, I'm representing Abu Bakr Siddiq. You understand? Who is representing the Prophet, who is representing Allah. This is Ahl Sunnah. This is what Khilafat means. And Hazrat Umar is not saying, I'm representing the Prophet. He's saying, I'm representing Hazrat Umar. Hazrat Ali is saying, I'm representing Hazrat Osman. And then it continues. And because they cannot just do like that, they just shorten it to become just Khalifa. So Khilafat, it is taking guidance from the one who's representing truth. It is not the person. The original Khalifa is what? Prophet ﷺ. His law. So those ones can take this and they can twist. Of course, like your question. There are people who want to declare Khilafat also. But they're declaring Khilafat through the understanding of Islam that for 1400 years the Muslims themselves, they have rejected, and they say this is wrong. This is coming not from Islam but coming from Shaitan. Those are the people loudest who are talking about Khilafat in different countries. And what they do with that, they have violence and blood in their hands. That's not the Khalifa. That's not the Khilafat. But most people, they are lazy. They don't want to see the difference. But the one who's going to come, he's going to make separation. He will separate, inshallah. Isa alayhi salam is going to come. And he is going to make separation. And he's saying, I'm not going to come now with a rose. He's saying, I'm coming now with a sword. There are those ones who say Mahdi alayhi salam is going to come with a rose. No. He's going to come with the sword, meaning authority, to say now we're going to separate. Inshallah, we'll stay on the side of Haqq to keep us, inshallah. Yeah. That's it, inshallah. That much should be enough. Anything else? Any other questions? Anybody wants to say anything? If you don't agree, say you don't agree. It's okay. You don't agree? You can say. Say. Give the water to people, inshallah. Stop.
Ordinary man.
Yes. Quickly, just put it down and pass. We are not in the court. We're in a dergah. You are not going to have the same luxury. You're going to sleep on the floor. You're going to have food that is served to you. Do things simple and easy. Right, Mr. God? Yeah, Mr. God is becoming like Murid. He's always been doing it anyway. Yes. Continue.
Ordinary man who doesn't have much religious knowledge. He has some sincerity and
Yes.
he wants to know something that is true.
Yes.
It is, for example, also in our culture that educated men, scholars, we give them a lot of respect. We have an image of them. They know what's true and we accept it.
Yes.
Whatever they say, that word is modestness.
Okay.
So if one sees that there's something is off, not you just it's showing something is off. What is the proper way, not to challenge arrogantly or to judge, but properly to question that? Meaning, how does one break that? Because there's a cultural thing also now. You cannot question that authority. It must be don't know.
I just said to people, if they don't agree, they will have to say also. Now, proper authority must have a way to say, I don't understand, or this thing, according to my understanding, is not correct. They must have a way, because everyone understands differently, and everyone also has their shaitans and their ego who's going to question, who's going to challenge whatever that you already believe in. Maybe one day you believe, but 7 years later, they're going to say, why are you believing it like this? You must be able to open, you must be able to talk. There must be a channel to have a talk, to have a conversation, correct? But that you're going to talk about things, understand that's coming from opposite, that channel has to have a, there has to be a proper setting to be able to understand, and the goal of that is to understand. You understand? The goal of that is not to fight and to say you are wrong, you are wrong, you are right, this kind of thing. If that authority does not have that channel, is a tyrant. Is tyrannical. Even when the Sultan is sitting, does he welcome people who are not agreeing with him? Of course, there are petitions happening every time. He has ministers, he has pashas, he has eyes and ears everywhere. In fact, the Sultan that is only hearing yes, yes, yes, everything is fine, everything is that, Sultan will say, no, there must be something wrong, there must be corruption somewhere, and he will go down even in disguise to see what is wrong there. Those who say, no, you cannot speak, they are tyrants. You understand? Like I said, of course, there must be a protocol to it. And there must be what concerns you and what doesn't concern you. You understand? If you have no knowledge of something, first get that knowledge and then ask about that knowledge. If you have no knowledge of something and you are just going to fight about it, it's no use, because you have no knowledge of something. Person who has no knowledge of, say, physics or even mathematics, he cannot question astrophysics. People who have no knowledge of medicine, now doctor is explaining like this and this bacteria and this, and they say, how do you know? Nobody does that. Nobody goes to the doctor. Doctor is saying, you see this thing? This is your medicine, take it. No person in the right mind goes to the doctor and says, how do you know? I don't see anything. I see some white thing. It can be chalk. The doctor will just say, get out of my office. I have no time for this. Correct? So you must have knowledge in order to speak. But they train today's people that they say, you don't have to have knowledge to fight, to speak. You understand? But if you have the knowledge and you have the right to ask, and the person is saying, shut up, don't ask, then whatever that organization is, it is not supported by divine authority. Because divine authority is not enforcing anything. Allah doesn't force. Committing murder is haram, right? But does Allah allow the sun to fall to the murderer? The sun. Does it shine onto the murderer? Yes or no? Does the rain fall to the murderer? Allah is not making it a condition. So, oh, you're a murderer. No sun is going to fall on you. No rain is going to fall on you, and you're going to... No. And that is someone who is wrong. You understand? Someone who is right or someone who doesn't know the conditions left. So, people who are saying that no, you cannot, that's not in Islam. And it also means that, especially people who are sincere and they're just asking and just shut them down or shame them and do things like that, that means they actually don't have wisdom or enough intelligence to speak. That's also showing how weak they are, because they cannot address that. Okay? And that's showing how tyrant they are. We're saying tyrant so many times, zalim, zalim. The word tyrants has so many words in English, it doesn't mean too much anyway. But you use the word zalim, and it is so heavy, the word itself is saying, I have forbidden to myself, Allah is saying. Forbidden zulm to myself, so I've also forbidden zulm to you. Nobody can be a zalim. Of tyranny, of zulm, jababira. Especially those who have a little bit of power. No time for this. Astaghfirullah. So, shouldn't be. Mazhab is 4 lanes on one highway. They're saying, oh, tariqat is a sect. No. Tariqat is 40 lanes in one highway. One highway, but there are 40 lanes. So you can go into any lane that you want. A sect is saying, no, we are a different road. You're a different road, we're a different road. That is a sect. To say, we'll never accept you and you never accept us. That is a sect. And Muslims now, they've fallen into sects. And the sect is nationalism. This is only for us. Only for us. You cannot go anywhere else. It's only for, say, black people. It's only for white people. It's only for Turks. It is only for Chinese. It is only for Bosnians. If you're Bosnian, you have to be in this way. If you're outside of that, no, it's not going to be accepted. Bre, are you a prophet? Islam, you own Islam. People have gone crazy now. And it's all defined by nationalism. But look to see who is saying this and say how they say this. When did they say it? Who gave them the power to say this? How did they come? That's the time you're going to discover so many other things, and you're going to say, definitely, their lineage is not coming from the prophets. Their lineage is not coming from Haqq. It's coming from Batil. All right? Inshallah. Bismillah. Tamam. Any other question? Anything you want to say? Yes.
You mentioned that children and women, or even as husbands or fathers at home, when they speak or when they want to speak, how much, because you said during Khutbah that they don't want to listen or hear. So it doesn't matter if you say something or not. Even if it's right or wrong, it's kind of sometimes a confusing message to them. They don't know, they're trying to watch what you're doing, and sometimes it's also, I don't know, see, it's confusing from one point of view.
Mm-hmm.
They see you pray and they don't want to pray. They want to, let's say you're in the kitchen, you want to do something, they don't want to attend. So
Mm-hmm.
how much should we speak to the family?
Keep speaking. Keep speaking. The hadith is not saying don't speak. You have to keep speaking. The hadith is saying that they are not going to listen. You understand? But you cannot stop speaking. We are continuing to speak, right? But really no one is listening. This is area where there are tens of thousands of Muslims, correct? Who is here? Just one handful. Meaning no one is listening. Is that stopping us? No. We still have to speak. Okay? Still say what is right. Still say what is right. It's up to them whether they want to listen. They don't want to listen. But your responsibility is to say. For the kids, up to a certain age, you have to speak. After that, they have to go their own way. When they reach maturity, then it's not your responsibility anymore. You say, I did what I could do at that time. Now it's way past that. If they come to you and they say, now we realize certain things, now can you say more? You cannot say, nope, I have no responsibility. You may have that right, maybe, but it's better to say, okay, now that you come to me, let me just teach you a couple more things. This is what I learned. You understand? You can do that. But we cannot stop. Even if there's one person, we have to speak. And you know what? This world It is very proud to think this world is only 7 billion people. This country is only 300 million. This room only 20, 30 people, because that is what you're looking with your eyes. Allah is also seeing everything and hearing everything. His angels are seeing and hearing. The holy ones, they are here. Hazirin and ghaibin. They're ghaib and they're also here. They also share this world. They are also a reality of this world and they're listening. You understand? So if anything, speak for the sake of Allah, for the sake of Haqq. If the whole world don't listen, you have done your job. And you know what your job is when you do that? It's exactly what the prophets did. That so many of them, they speak for hundreds of years, no one listened to them. No one listened. Some, they speak for hundreds of years, and for hundreds of years, they are rejected, they're humiliated, they're beaten up, they are tortured, but that didn't stop them. So this is one of the blessings of the people of the Akhir Zaman, that when you're doing these things with the proper intention, you get the rewards. You understand? Because you're doing exactly what the earlier ones that they're doing, the prophets that they're doing. You cannot stop and don't give in. Okay? Even if you lose, you say, I cannot stop, then they're doing everything. In your heart, you cannot say, you cannot accept that. Because one thing that is not mentioned in the khutbah, Amri bil Ma'ruf, Nahi anil Munkar. Prophet ﷺ say, this is fardu ain. This is obligation. This is obligation. A Muslim, when he sees something good, he should encourage it. Muslim, when he sees something wrong, he should say, this is wrong. We come to this point now. If we see something wrong, we turn our face, correct? Or we see something wrong, we say, what can we do? Or now they're saying that's not good enough. You see something wrong, you have to support it, they say. Correct? You have to support it. But Allah and His Prophet is saying something else. They're saying if you do something, see something wrong, you have to forbid it. This is obligation to everyone. We cannot even fulfill the obligation. This is not fardu kifaya, it's fardu ain. Fardu kifaya means in a big group of people, one town, one community, nobody does it, one person does it, then everyone gets saved. It's like everyone does it. It's okay if only one person does it. This one, everyone must do it. We must enjoin what is good. Good is say good, bad is say this is forbidden now. But they lost that. No one is even talking about that now. Yeah. That now this farce, that if you see something wrong, the Prophet is saying what? You have to correct it. He says you have to correct it. First with your hands. If you cannot, you have to correct it with your tongue. If you cannot with your tongue, at least you have to correct it in your heart, but that is weakest faith. Don't think your strongest faith. When we're saying to people, at least now in your heart, say it is wrong, so many people say, that's so difficult to do. Or some people thinking, okay, if I have that, that means that I'm strong. No, that means that is the weakest. You have faith, but that is the weakest faith. Because you're supposed to correct it with your hands. That hadith is also saying that especially to correct it with your hands is not given to everyone. Only those who have the power and the authority and the permission to do it, you're going to do it. But with the tongue, everyone should be able to do it. We cannot even do that now, correct, with the tongue. So, inshallah, understand certain things. We're asking Allah to keep our faith strong, inshallah, like that. Assalamu alaikum. This much is enough. I'll see you later. Fatiha. Amin.